We're hanging out at Bayshore Home Health learning all about the nasty flu infection. Right now I'm joined by Joan, and Joan has been a registered nurse for over 40 years, so she is the perfect person to talk to about the flu. Now Joan, we talked a bit earlier with Randall and Linnell about the clinics that Bayshore does for the community through corporations and even for individuals, and you've got a bit of a setup here, so explain to us a little bit, what are we looking at right here?
Right here, what we're looking at is if I was going to go into Shaw, this would be the setup that I would do when we went in there. Alcohol swabs, Band-Aids, cotton balls, Sharps container, your hand cleanser, and then the actual influenza needle. And it's to stay on ice until I'm ready to give it to you. It's to be at a temperature between 2 and 8 degrees, and it's to be kept out of the light. So what it would look like is like this. Then when you came in to get a flu shot, you would give me your consent. We would go through the consent. I would ask you any questions that I wanted to make sure about the answers, and then I would give you your flu shot. So
let's talk a little bit about you being a nurse for so long. You know how serious the flu can actually get. People may think it's a simple infection in and out in a couple days, but that's not the reality.
No, it's not. And the reality is if you are compromised in other conditions, then you can get far sicker from it. Death rates can do it. They can and do increase over the winter season, especially amongst the elderly, or you've heard of outbreaks in nursing homes that are due to the flu. So yes, the flu shot is very important, and especially in the age group of 6 months to 2 years, and then anybody over 65 years of age.
So 6 months to 2 years, it's important to be vaccinated, and anyone over 65, because those are all vulnerable people when it comes to the flu. Right, and like Joan mentioned, it can result in death, which is something new. I didn't even think that influenza could result in death. Wow. So let's talk a little bit about precautions that people can take. What should people do to make sure they don't get this nasty infection?
What they should do, number one, is get your annual flu shot. Your flu shot is good for about a year. All immunizations are good for 1 year, so that's why you should get a flu shot every year. Washing your hands. That is the most important thing, is washing your hands. And you know what, washing your hands for 15 seconds in between the fingers, those kind of things, that's very important. When you cough into your elbow. Keep your hands away from your face. That if you haven't washed your hands, or if you don't have sanitizer to clean your hands, put in your hands because it's spread by droplets. That's a way of keeping away from the flu, by keeping your hands away from your face. Some of the symptoms that you need to be aware of when you do have the flu is a fever, chills, dry cough, headache, extreme fatigue. You're just really tired. When you get up, you're more tired than when you went to bed. Runny nose, sneezing, muscle aches and pains. So those are the kind of things that the flu will have. All
right, there you go. Joan is full of information about the flu, and we're going to talk a little bit about what people can do once they catch the flu later in the show, so you definitely don't want to miss that. So keep watching today's Go Saskatoon.